Welcome to Karma's a Stitch. I'm Tonya. This is a channel where I talk about my knitting and my crochet. Up until recently, I say recently, it's been about 9 months. My son was doing this with me, but he started college. So it has just been me lately. We have knitting, crochet. I have what I call my whip wall, and it's a bunch of cubbies where I have all my project bags. Some of the cubbies have 2 projects, but it is looking a little thinner these days, I must confess. And what I do each week is I have an app on my iPad, and it's a dice app. And I hit the button and it rolls the dice and it tells me which cubby to go to and which project to take out of that cubby. So that's kind of the format of what I've been doing so far in 2024. I have found in the last couple of weeks that extra things are sneaking in. We had a cast on party. I'm making a t-shirt out of some material that I've really wanted a summer tee out of that my yarn shop got in. So I've managed to have a few extra things sneak into each episode, but that's okay. It's the, what is it? It's the, I don't know, something about a beast. Anyway, so today's Friday. It is June 7th, and I rolled the dice this last Tuesday, and I rolled an illusion knitting project that was about finished, but I needed to put a border on the top so that we could hang it. It was a Christmas gift for my son either 2 or 3 years ago. I honestly don't remember. But he has very patiently been waiting. And so I rolled that dice, and I needed to get a border on the top of it. So it looked, this is the bottom, but this is what it looked like all the way across. You just see vertical lines. The project is by Steve Plummer, or Steve Plummer, Plummer. And it has been, it was a lot of fun. I mean, it was a wonderful project. And it was something where I wanted it to be something where the colors were contrasting enough so that you can see the illusion, but I also wanted it to be in colors that weren't too feminine or too, something that my 30-year-old son would want to hang on his wall. And so I dyed these colors. Anthony and I dyed these colors, and I put this border on the top. So basically we have these little, I put about a 2-inch border, and then I put these little tabs evenly distributed all the way across, so then we can put a dowel in here and hang it. And that is the plan. I will get a picture of this up, but I did make the border all the way across. I can hold it up like this and you're not going to be able to see much. But it's when you turn it to an angle that you're able to see the illusion. So I will get a picture or a video in here and show you guys the final project. I don't know that I'll have a dowel because it is 6 feet across. And I believe he's just gonna hang it over his bed, but I don't know. So I will try to get a picture and a video of this up so that you can actually enjoy it. And I'll probably put that in here. Now, I finished this border yesterday, and I know it doesn't seem like much work. It's honestly embarrassing how many times I had to count those stitches across so that I could get those little tabs evenly distributed. I'm sure there's a really easy, smart way to do that, but I knew I wanted the tabs to have a gap in between that was slightly larger than the tab. So anyway, it took me an embarrassing amount of time. In addition to that, my 8-year-old recently, this week, learned how to ride a bike with 2 wheels. So now that's all she wants to do. So since that big event, her and I have been riding our bike from here to her dad's house, which is about 3 miles away, and then back again. So we are making a 6-mile round trip bike ride each day. And our weather has been a little hot. So I say a little hot. It's gonna hit 92 degrees today. And that's kind of what it's been most of the week, and that's what it looks like it'll be going into all of next week. Slightly higher, actually. I was gonna look at my weather app, but my phone is doing the recording right now. So I was a little distracted with the bike riding and the outdoor stuff. And if you listen, it's very quiet. For the last 6 weeks, every recording has had chirping from baby chicks. We have moved the baby chicks out to their coop. So that's exciting. It's super exciting. We are bringing them in at night. Last night we brought them in at about 11:30 at night because it's still getting a little too cold in the evening. Last night it was getting down to 60 degrees in the evening, and they haven't gotten to a temperature that low. I keep my house right about 68 with an air conditioner going when needed. So 60 degrees is still a little cold for them. So we brought them in. Oh, excuse me. So we did bring them in last night, and maybe tonight we'll bring them in a little bit later, but it's still dropping a little too low. So we are bringing them in at night. I'll put some video of them in their coop though, because they loved it. Now, I'm bouncing all over the place, you guys. I finished this boarder yesterday morning, and with all of the household stuff that we were doing, I wasn't prepared to roll the dice to see what I was gonna be doing. So I pulled out the Uptown Tee by Tori Yu that I am working on. And this is a summer tee that is done in recycled denim, which is a material by Queensland Collection that my yarn shop got in. And I'm really excited. I wanted to work on this a little bit yesterday, so that's what I did instead of rolling the dice yesterday. But with that, I have been able to break for the sleeves. Look at the sleeves. So there's a sleeve. And the other sleeve. And this is being done on a US 4. Now I am thoroughly enjoying this pattern. I am now at a point where I get to just go round and round and round the bottom. I did just put the sleeve stitches on additional needles just because that's what I had handy, was my bag of needles next to me. So I am working on this tee. The sleeves are just gorgeous. I'm so excited to wear this. So I need to go down for a certain number of inches, but I think what I'm gonna end up doing is using the rest of this skein of yarn, and then I will finish the sleeves off and then add length to the body. So when I'm ready to add new here, I'll just hold these stitches, finish off the sleeves, and then build the body. So that is something else I'm working on here and there. Now, I'm gonna roll the dice to see what I get to work on this week. Tomorrow is Saturday, June 8th, and it's Worldwide Knit in Public Day. And I'm super excited. I'm gonna hang out with a really great friend. And last night she sent me a message. She's like, can we ride together? I was so excited when she said that. Cause I was like, yes, we're gonna get to visit all day. Cause we're gonna start with breakfast and hit a couple of different yarn shops. And there's something called a sip and shear at a local winery. And they have lots of vendors and food, and it's a vineyard, and so there's wine, and they bring in some sheep and they get sheared there at the event. I mean, it's just, we went a couple years ago, and I had a great time. It looks like tomorrow's weather will be better than it was 2 years ago when I went, but we I get to do that tomorrow. So I will be knitting in public with my friend at a few different locations, and I'm excited to roll the dice to see what I will be working on. Now, in other news, okay, so one of my friends that I Zoom with, her name is Mandy, and her YouTube channel is Mouses Makes. And yes, so Mandy with Mouses Makes, if you don't watch her channel, which I'm sure the majority of you do because I talk about her often, is running, she's gonna do Christmas in July. And she said she's gonna give us more information as the event gets closer. And I plan on doing Christmas in July vlogs. And one of the things I wanted to do was I wanted to make, I have 2 patterns in my wish list on Ravelry, and they're still in my wish list and my favorites because I haven't, I have absolutely no problem paying for patterns. And designers are amazing people, and their brains work in such a way that I'm usually just in awe in how they make things work. So I have absolutely no problem paying for patterns. Now, these 2 patterns are a little bit more expensive than what I typically would spend. However, and when I say they're a little bit more expensive, it's because of the dollar amount. But when you actually look at what you're getting, both of them, I have no doubt, are very worth every penny. So they are in my wish list and they are in my favorites because I have every intention of making sure I purchase them, but I want to purchase them when I'm ready to make them. So for Christmas in July, I am going to be getting 1, if not 2. I want to get both of them, and I will talk about them each here. One of them is a pattern that is just this great Christmas hat and it has all these color work motifs that go around. It was originally designed for an advent of 24 or 25 colors. I will insert a picture here, and but it's a long cap that it'll come down, and it has a matching cowl. So with all those different motifs, and it's got 4 different sizes, child, teen, ladies, and gents, I think is what it says. And I want one of those hats. I want to make one of those hats for me, for my son Anthony, and my daughter Alex, but I don't know that either one of them would wear it. So I may not put the energy into making 3 of those hats for Christmas in July. I will want to do mine. And the way I'm reading the description, the pattern is written so that you do 1 color work motif each day for 25 days. So I am excited to do that one. I don't know that I'll keep up with it, but it is something that I do know I want. I want that hat, and I need to spend some time looking at the colors that I want to utilize in that hat. And I plan on doing that and entering that into Mandy's Christmas in July make-along. I don't know if it's Christmas related stuff or things you're going to be making as Christmas gifts. She hasn't given those specifics yet, unless I am not remembering correctly. And if I'm not remembering, please feel free to correct me if you've watched it. But she had a viewer who's also another YouTuber want to purchase one of Mandy's sock set advents, but donate it as a gift to, as a prize for this. So Mandy's going to use it. You'll have to watch Mandy's episode to fully understand. But she is, the prize is going to be one of her sock advents. And if you watched my advent last year for 2023, I opened her sock advent. I did get her sock advent last year, and it's every Sunday. You get a full skein and a mini to go with it as a contrasting color. So she will be giving one of those away as the prize for her Christmas in July make-along. I don't have all the specifics yet. I don't know if that's not because I don't remember or because she hasn't given those out yet, but I do want to make that hat and cowl. Now, also for Christmas in July, I plan on making 3 stockings. That brings up the second pattern that I've wanted. So let me, now this pattern, I'm still looking for it. I know it's here. It comes with 24 different motifs. And I'm going to put a picture here of what the picture on Ravelry shows. But you basically can pick the different border around the stocking, the motif that you want down the sock, but it's got 24 different motifs that you can pick from. Let me just make sure I'm reading that correctly, because yeah, with 24 color work charts to mix and match, this pattern offers 512 different possible options for customizing your own stocking. And that's even before you take color combinations into account. Everyone in the family can have a unique stocking that reflects their personal style. So yes, for 512 possible options of different stockings for everybody in your family, it's absolutely worth what she's asking. I just haven't been ready to start knitting on it. I'm ready to start knitting on it. And that, I believe, will be my Christmas in July knitting that I will be doing. I will be doing one for me, one for Anthony, and one for my daughter, Alex. So yes, I think that's all. Let's go roll the dice, shall we? All right, so here's the whip wall. We're gonna go up here. Don't have any other apps open. Open that one. So that's a glare, isn't it? Sorry, guys. 11-2. So we've got cubby 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 2. Let's go see what's in here. Ooh, it's heavy. Okay, 11-2. It is full. This is a big one. Let's see what's in here. Oh, it's my Advent. What was this called? Scattered Petals? What was this called, you guys? It was the DK Advent that I got in 2023. I didn't realize it was DK. And so when I opened it and realized I'm sure I had ordered a DK pattern. Scattering Petals cowl. I had to go looking for a DK pattern, and this is what I ultimately ended up doing. And it looks like I am on, I'm not sure. Let's take a look. Looks like these are the colors that I've done. Here's my progress so far. So I will put on a progress keeper right here. I want to make sure that I may have to go back unless are these all numbered? Yes, Day. It is numbered. This was my Southwest themed, my Southwest themed Advent calendar from Wheat State Wool Company. And it is so squishy. It is just, it's fantastic. It's very soft. It's very squishy. I do have a full skein in here that came with. I don't know that this will make it into the cowl. I'm pretty confident that it won't. But yes, this is in here as well. So this will be a fun one. Now, I'm going to work on this today. I'm going to figure out where I was with this pattern and work on this today. I may end up taking my Uptown tee with me tomorrow, just so, because I just need to go round and round and round, and it might be an easier one to pick up and visit with friends and snack and do all the things that are going to happen tomorrow. The Uptown tee may be easier for me to do that with, but we'll see how well I pick back up on this Scattering Petals cowl. Now, I, throughout this video, have gone off on these random tangents. And I don't know if I'm going to cut those out and just add them all here. Just so that we can get through all the knitting content that you were expecting, or if I'm just going to leave it where it's at and apologize and say my brain has been in lots of places today. What I have left to do for this episode is I'm going to weigh my Creation of Adam Illusion Knit FO, and I'll weigh this. This was yarn that I had dyed, so I know what the meterage was when I got it. And I'll be able to get that into my spreadsheet. And I will record a little bit of an update tomorrow morning, which will be Saturday. Hopefully I can do that before me and my girlfriend get together for breakfast. And then that's it. All right, I'll see you guys in the morning. So here we are, getting ready to go to dinner.
We were, I don't know, we had left the house no less than 5 minutes, and she's like,
No. Here we are, getting ready to go have dinner.
Well,
and I'm exhausted, and I'm hot. I've ridden the bike over 10 miles today with Alex, and we've been waiting here for our time because it's a check-in where you wait in your car and you get added to a wait list. Anthony, what is my biggest struggle in life at this moment?
well, that's what I was getting ready to tell him. We were in the car no less than 5 minutes, and my mom, you know what I left at the house? My knitting. I left my knitting. So I'd say she's doing pretty good, but
I am waiting. I cannot remember the last time that I was at a location and didn't have something to work on. I'm struggling a little tiny bit.
well, now you know. Next time you'll learn.
I'm not doing okay.
Well, yeah.
Ugh. The struggle, people.
Texas Roadhouse has pretty good food, and so you'll just forget about it.
I don't know that I'll forget about it because I'll be sitting there waiting.
Yeah, that's true.
Good morning. It is Saturday, June 8th, Worldwide Knit in Public Day. I am getting ready to go spend the day with a couple of friends, and we're going to start off with breakfast and hit a couple yarn shops and another crafty event, which means we'll probably have lunch somewhere in there, all the while knitting wherever we decide to plant ourselves. But I did want to give you guys an update on my Scattering Petals cowl. I was a lot further along on this than I thought that I was, which is exciting. Can you hear the fly? Can you hear it? It's so obnoxiously large and it has a very big sound coming from it as well. So I was much further along on this than I thought I was. So here is my progress keeper. This is where I was when I started it yesterday when I rolled the dice. I was on color 17 of 24. So I took a picture of the colors that I had left to put into this. And when I opened up my pattern to see, okay, let's try to figure out what row I was on. Let's figure out where I was at. I had written myself a handy dandy little post-it, which I'm all about. And so I had the color listed, what row I needed to do, and I had been marking off the ones that I had done. So I knew right where I was. It was super handy. At some point I was thinking ahead. So I'm gonna keep working on this. I didn't get as much done as I thought I would yesterday, mainly because Alex is riding her bike and we rode for over 10 miles yesterday. And the high yesterday was 94 degrees. I think the coolest it was when we were riding was 92. So it was very warm, and there was a lot of sweating and hosing off when we got home. So she is with her dad. She got to her dad last night, and we rode her over there on her bike, and then he hopped on his bike and they rode me back home to my house. And so we had a really great night, but it was a much later evening than I was anticipating. But today is Saturday and I'm gonna go knit in public. What are you gonna do today? Did you go knit somewhere? Did you go hang out somewhere? Did you get a visit with some friends? Oh, what were the public places you got to knit in today? I'm really excited to go spend the day with some friends. So I hope everybody's doing well, and I will see you soon. Bye. Think it's good?
I'm just clearing the runway off. I made a runway. Do you like the runway?
Mm-hmm.